Hey guys, it's Julie. I'm at beautiful Color Lake in Baker Park in Frederick. And guess who's with me? Bernie. I don't know if the videos justify just how big this dog is, and he's still under a year old. So it's so important that when we take him out for walks that we have control over him. He could easily drag somebody down. He's in a family with children. He could knock people over. So it's just so important that we take leverage of any moment we can to have control over this dog so that he can live his best life. That's why we really do it. We want to be able to take him places like parks where there's going to be people and other dogs. I already see them up there. And also be able to enjoy him in the home, take him on car rides without him all over the place. So that's why we love our e-collar training. We give the dog knowledge on e-collar language, what it means, what to do with it. You have a puzzle to solve when the e-collar pressure is on. You're not doing something right. When you hear the tone, give back to me, no questions asked, no matter what. And then it's important that we remember that the e-collar goes from 0 to 100 and that we need to adjust our numbers accordingly based on the environment, how excited the dog is, and what number he's responding to in that moment. It's so important that we don't get stuck on numbers and we're not in a really exciting place looking down at our remote, getting stuck on 10, 11, 12, and he's still not listening. So you have to look at the dog and not the remote. Whatever number Bernie is asking for in that moment is where you go. I don't even look at the remote. You're gonna get so good at using this that you're gonna be dialing up and down without even looking at it. But look what we have. A very respectful heel. Following my left leg, we're walking around the perimeter of the lake where there's people, dogs, joggers, sometimes there's bikes, there's tons of ducks. And this is where we work on our dog's obedience under high distractions. Once the dog has a solid foundation in the training room and the area right around the house, time to take the show on the road. See how they respond to these distractions. Are they going to bark or lunge? What numbers are we using? How are they responding to corrections? We've got two little dogs and a baby carriage right over there. So I'm filming with my right hand. My left hand is holding my leash and my e-collar. And remember, when we're training like this, my finger is always on that button because I want to be ready with another dog over here, a big black shepherd. So if I have my dog in the right mindset, he's following me, paying more attention to me than he is the environment. And it's so easy to get him back. If he starts paying attention more to the environment than to me, cue my e-collar. I can do some directional changes, and I know if he's not following me, he's going to make mistakes, which gives me an opportunity to correct. That is justified in his mind because he made a mistake. That's important to remember. You're not correcting your dog for no reason. You're correcting them for making a mistake. But look at this. This is such a nice walk for me around the lake. If he veers forward, I can hit the button and get him back to me. That was pressure on until he was back in heel position, pressure off. Okay, we're running up into the gauntlet up here. I see 3 big dogs. 2 of them are completely out of control. So I am not going to attempt a close pass by in this situation because that would set everybody up for failure. If you're walking and you see big dogs 6 to 8 feet ahead of their owner lunging, you are going to want to do a big arc around them. You don't want to put yourself or your dog in a situation to have them fail or have another dog get away from their owner, make it up to your dog, and bite them. We hear about it all the time. So we're going to be arcing around to the left here and making sure our dog stays with us. There they are. And we just did a really successful pass by past these 2 dogs and a lady baby talking him. And there's another golden retriever straight up ahead. I'm really proud of how Bernie is doing. Now remember, Bernie came to us very young, 7 months old. So he didn't have a ton of months, years even, practicing pulling on the leash. So this is great. We're not reversing 4, 5, 6 years of pulling, barking. We are actually teaching him from the start. This is how life goes when we're out in public. You walk nicely, you don't bark, you don't lunge. When you do veer towards something I don't want you to, a tap on the toe is gonna bring you right back. Here comes a jogger. You wouldn't believe how many people write me and say, my dog lunged towards a jogger and bit him in the leg. Absolute perfection. This is what you can get. This is the kind of close relationship you can get with a dog when you put some effort and time into their training as a lifestyle, living with them like this, not letting them live in the Wild West and saying, oh, let's take 10 minutes and train the dog. It's not gonna work. It needs to be a lifestyle. What does that mean? It starts with the crate. You crate your dog overnight, you crate your dog when you're not home. The very first interaction, first thing in the morning, is putting the tools on, and then it's structure right out the gate. Break to go to the bathroom, recall back in, put on place as you get ready, take your walk in a structured heel, give them some free time, recall back to heel, back home, back to place, crate when you don't feel like being on the clock, some activity with your dog, back to place, back to crate. So you're not giving your dog a whole lot of opportunities to be crazy. And then once they've earned it, once you're like, wow, this is becoming really easy, there's no pushback, start giving your dog more freedoms, see how they respond to it. And then at that point, they've earned. Some dogs earn a lot of freedom, some dogs need that structure to stay successful. You just need to find out by living with them every day in this fashion. Sit. Good boy. And he's earned himself some freedom, speaking of that. Stay. So how do you give your dog a break? You're going to be walking them in heel. You're going to put them in a sit. This is the divider between work and play. And then you're going to look at them and release them. Bernie, break. Good boy. When your dog has had enough free time, or when you are ready to continue on your walk, the pattern is going to be a recall and then heel. Come. Good boy. Heel. And then you continue on your walk.